Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Real talk alert.
Welcome back to episode 5 of Wheel Talk, the show all about the EUC industry, e-riders, and news and reviews. There has been a lot of stuff announced and come out since our last Wheel Talk 3 weeks ago.
It's been a big 3 weeks.
It's been a big 3 weeks. We were in Perth, and then, well, we were just too tired and we've been too busy to
Trying to catch up.
Exactly. I'll let you start at the top because I think you've probably got a nice order of things you want to speak about.
I think the most exciting thing that has happened in the last couple of weeks is the
M10 Mini. No.
No, not so much the M10 Mini. I'm sure there are one or two people out there super excited about the M10 Mini, but I'm not necessarily one of them. But the biggest thing for me is the release of the Leaperkim veteran Lynx. That is an amazing looking wheel that's a mix between a Patton and a Sherman S. Very exciting specs. One of the most powerful and fastest wheels on the market now at over 150 volt system. So that's probably the biggest news in the last couple of weeks.
Now it's coming in a 62, 66, and 70 suspension configuration.
That's right. So we've got a suspension for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's actually available in a 58 as well, but we're not even going to consider that.
And it's coming in 50E or 50S cells.
That's right. So
we're getting a mixture of both.
We are. It's a challenge to try and work out what combinations to buy because you have battery type options, you have suspension type options, you have you even have potentially different types of tires that you could consider. We're probably at this stage we are buying in some additional tires to work with because we know that while the Kenda 262 knobby is a popular tire, some people might like to switch to a street tire in future. So we will look to have some good options available for that, so that we can give people that chance to change.
The thing that surprises me most about the Lynx is its weight. Like I know you just said about it being the perfect mix between the two, but coming in at 40 kilos.
Well, it basically holds the weight of the Patton, and yet it is the size of the Sherman S. So when you look at the weight of all the various components, by changing to a lighter magnesium alloy, for the materials, they've managed to shave off weight in numerous areas of the wheel, effectively leaving it to be a nice, light, fast, powerful wheel with lots of torque, lots of speed.
And progressive suspension. Yeah,
so the way the fast A suspension works is that the springs are now progressive for the Lynx. The previous Patton and Sherman S suspension, fast A suspension, had some tweaks made to it, some improvements, and now as you get further into bottoming the unit out, it stiffens up to help avoid that issue of when you're hard landing.
And this Lynx suspension is backwards compatible to the Sherman S.
That's right. So they're basically compatible between each other. So there is the option to update Sherman S suspension in the
which
future,
is really nice.
To this slightly improved
Something else which is kind of linked to this, it's not really linked to the Lynx, the Patton have also announced they'll be doing a 70-pound suspension as well.
That's right.
Not progressive, so it will still be the traditional suspension fast Ace, but there will be a 70 available at the end of this year, early next year. So that's exciting. That's really exciting for all of our off-road, our jumpers, because even the light riders can bottom out the 66.
The Patton, out of all the Leaperkim wheels, suspension wheels, does have the highest potential to bottom out, which is what started to create the trend and the popularity towards heading to heavier suspension springs in those fast Ace shocks. So having a 70-pound option is a nice option for heavier riders or for those that do some pretty extreme jumping and off-roading. Leaperkim has that suspension option now, and they're producing some stock. So yeah,
Exciting time.
It's added to the website as a variant now.
Now, if you don't want the Veteran, or if you can't quite afford the Veteran, there's also another wheel which is coming out. Well, it's an old wheel that's been updated or refreshed. That's the new Master V4 Race Edition. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah. So the Master's gone through numerous iterations. It's now technically V4/V5 Master. And they've released it with a 50S.
We're going to call this the November edition. Essentially one every month.
Yeah. So Pagoda has basically tried to revitalize this model, making it more attractive for the racing community.
They're seeing everyone using these at all these race events, like all these.
Yeah, it's a popular
ABS
model for racing.
ERL and they're all using them.
But with the updates in the suspension linkage, the higher discharge battery cells, the Master is potentially a good racing wheel. The problem is just that they keep bringing out so many generations and versions of models.
Yeah.
And they've also really shaved the price on this.
And that's why I brought it up, because obviously the Lynx is up here, the Master is really down low for what you get.
They've substantially subsidized the price to make it extremely competitively priced, to try and make it more accessible for a wider variety of riders.
Our buy price is $3,600, right?
3,600.
Yeah, 3,600.
3,600 is the current new special price, when we've been selling them in the past for over more like 4,400. So yeah, substantial saving.
So you worried me then when you questioned me on 3,600.
I was thinking US dollars for a minute, but no.
I hope it's not US dollars.
It's frustrating because every time a new model gets released, another competitor jumps in and then tries to one-up them. And while it offers the community of riders
choice,
newest spec, more choice, etc., it is extremely difficult to cater for the various changes that happen between the models. They're not always backward compatible with each other.
Not only that, it's hard for us to forecast what to order.
That's right, because you order one, and then all of a sudden, the week after, you find there's a new model.
Yeah, we'll be up at like 10 o'clock at night messaging each other, going, "Oh, okay, let's place the order." And like, "Oh, hang on, there's just been a T4 Pro announced. Oh, hold on, don't order that."
Yeah, and then you order 1 week, and then 1 week later, it's changed in price.
That's
because
crazy.
they've decided to do something different.
But anyway, the Master V4 Race Edition November,
limited numbers that we've
very limited. So we've already sold a couple of the ones we're bringing in. We've got a couple left, I think, 1 or 2. So if you are interested, jump on. These won't be going on sale for Black Friday,
particularly if you want a sort of
race wheel. Exactly.
Yeah.
All the new wheels won't be going on sale for Black Friday, just because there's just no. Well, 1, there's very little profit to make in them, and 2, we do Black Friday sales to clear old stock out to make room for new units. So if there's new units out there and you're waiting for Black Friday, don't. The Lynx, the Adventurer, the Patterns, none of these wheels are going on sale. If you're after an older model wheel, wait. As of this Friday, there will be big sales, but we'll talk about that shortly. What else? Master V5, upgrade V11. That's another new unit. So the V11Y.
Yeah, so Inmotion have just basically revised and updated the V11. It's very similar spec from a battery perspective. It has got a more powerful motor. There is an increase in torque. There is an increase in the top speed by up to 10 kilometers an hour. And they've done a few other little tweaks, like adding in some bumpers, smart BMS, and also the lowering of the pedals to make a sort of lower center of gravity for the wheel, because it was quite high.
And they've revised the board to be part of the Raptor family.
That's right.
So
it's based on a Raptor style board, which is a nice upgrade compared to the earlier.
One thing I read, which I found interesting, is for the alarm system, it says buzzer, not voice.
That's right. So they've removed, I think,
that
certain components of what we traditionally know as part of V11 with some of the Bluetooth sounds and things. So that'll
be really interesting. But as you said, really nice little performance upgrades.
A little bit of a tweak on the price too. So it's a little bit lower price than the V11, which is great because the V11 was becoming uncompetitive on price.
Yeah.
Mainly due to some of the substantial slashing of price by a competitor to bring their model into the price point below V11.
Yeah, it'll be really exciting to see. That extra 10k doesn't sound like much, but I think it will make a pretty sizable difference when you're actually out riding it. And the extra
bit
torque,
more headroom.
Yeah, and the extra torque as well, going from 35 to 38%. It's just going to give you that little more headroom when you're going up inclines before you start getting beeps and alarms. So that's exciting. M10 Mini, we don't really need to speak about it. Neither of us are very excited. I don't think we're going to stock it as a wheel.
It looks cool, but
it looks like something fun to get from your bed to the toilet.
Kind of thing. Look, it's a competitor to the King Song S9 basketball.
The only advantage over that is that this one actually rides like an EUC, the M10 Mini. Like, it's got a tire, you can take it outside. We've both ridden this. It feels very.
You'd still want to be careful if you hit like a ridge or a stick or whatever.
Exactly.
But it does still ride more like an EUC, and we just feel that it's a little gimmicky because it's really only going to be powerful enough for very light riding or very like kids basically. Yeah.
So we're not going to order it in for a stocked item. If you do want it, let us know. We can order one-offs in, but don't go to the website expecting to buy one for Christmas. Right, moving on. Shop news. So another big section. Lots of stuff happening in the shop. Here we're going to talk about what we've been riding, what we're enjoying, but also what's coming up with Black Friday.
Yep.
Obviously, we're very much, what's the word, going in the theme of America now and having to follow suit with these Black Friday sales. We are very much using the Black Friday sale for what they were originally intended for, way back whenever they were created, and it's to clear old stock to make room for new stock. So like I mentioned earlier, don't expect to see brand new units on sale. Yeah, we have got some really massive sales, which we'll just talk about very shortly.
Yeah. The reality is we don't make any money on things that are on that kind of sale.
Exactly.
So we would go out of business if we offered it on everything, including the new models. So it really is just a chance for us to offer some amazing savings on some older models, or
to make room for Lynx and
That's right, because basically we don't have cash flow to be able to buy the latest wheels if we have too much stock of the older wheels.
Exactly. But the first thing I want to talk about is K6. So
K6.
Since our last wheel talk, we said that arrived and we'd unboxed it. It's selling really well. We've got 3 left down there, I think. That will be on Black Friday sale because it's such a big box and we need the room. One word, how do you sum up the K6?
Exhilarating. I don't know.
Exhilarating.
It's crazy. It is a crazy.
Rocket-like is 2 words.
Rocket-like is 2 words.
It's a crazy machine.
Crazy,
insane. So we both hopped on this and up and down the street, and I couldn't stop smiling. I was shaking.
It's just such a different ride.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're so low to the ground. Yeah. It just goes.
Yeah.
And
then we put it into strong mode. So we were in soft mode or medium mode, going, this is amazing. And then we connected the app to it and put it into strong mode, and oh man, it was like Star Trek Enterprise.
You can be riding.
It's so smooth though. So controlled.
So it's actually really stable. Like, it's not really smooth to take off.
Yeah.
But when you are going, you could be going, 20, 30, 40k an hour, and then you decide to twist the throttle further. It's almost like you're taking off from start.
Yeah.
It
Front
has
spins.
So much torque to be able to even spin the tires up at high speed when you decide to accelerate.
So I did 0 to 83 on a private road, and I got there in about 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Private road. But it is insane. Like, actually,
but it's fun.
It's so much fun. Riding down the road here is actually really dangerous in my opinion because you're so low, cars can't see you. We need to get a flag.
We have
flagpole.
There's too many driveways of
yeah.
complexes in there to do that safely.
Yeah.
But when we go onto some paths that have a bit of a nice stretch so that you can get up to, well, it doesn't take long to get up to speed, but oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
Yeah. Acceleration's good. Braking's good.
It's more fun than riding a scooter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not that fussed on scooters.
No.
But this is fun.
The only minor thing is the 7 or 8 we've sold. They've gone all over Australia. I wish they'd gone to one place so they could have like a race league.
Yeah, it's like a go-karting experience.
You get this thing on a go-kart track,
it'd be so good.
It would be the next Olympic sport. Like it would be so.
It is really fun.
We've seen them doing it in Hong Kong and China and so on.
Yep.
They look like having a blast.
Yeah, I can totally see how it'd be really fun to have like 6 or 7 riders go together on a track, like a go-kart track or a closed-off circuit somewhere. Yeah, really fun.
We do have one in the shop, so if you're in Brisbane or if you're passing through Brisbane, you want to come and try it out, come in. We can take you for a spin down the street.
Lots of people squeal the tyres up outside in our car park.
Yeah, the barbecue shop's getting sick and tired of all the noise.
Yeah, I've left lots of skid marks all the way out through the front of our car park trying to take off.
And I keep leaving the stand down. All right, next thing, Black Friday sale. So this is the official announcement. You're going to see this first as subscribers to the channel, as viewers. We're not going to announce this officially until Thursday, which is when this video might come out, depending on how fast I edit it. Black Friday sale will be running from the 24th to 27th, so we'll be doing the Friday to the Cyber Monday. We'll have up to 50% off electric unicycles. There'll be 3 units there that have 50% off. I think the biggest one is like $2,999 off its recommended retail price, which is just insane. We're going to have T4s for under $3,000. We're going to have S18s for under $2,400. There's going to be a whole lot of little freebies going with them as well. Limited numbers. Once they're gone, they're gone. We're also going to have 20% off all accessories. And we're going to do another massive sale on Bumblebee because we've had another big shipment. We're going to do 20% off GTXs. We're going to do 30% off all accessories, so all the extra bags and nets and rain covers and dirt covers. And we're going to do 40% off all the GT backpacks. That's right.
Yep.
You don't want to up it, make it more?
Maybe.
No, don't. I'm joking. He always puts more on. What else? Anything else going on sale?
Just quickly on the Bumblebee backpacks. We think they're the perfect combination for EUC riders because they give you the built-in back protection, and a lot of riders don't consider their back when they're riding an EUC because they're leaning forwards. But
I had that big fall on my skateboard 6 months ago. Hurt everywhere else but my back.
Yeah,
and I fell backwards. I literally fell backwards. Got up and I was like, oh, put a crack in the Bumblebee backpack shell, which is replaceable.
Yeah, instead of your back.
Exactly, 100%. If I hadn't had it on, I would have.
So yeah, protecting your back, protecting the goods in your bag, just lightweight, keeps the weight up higher onto your shoulders rather than down lower on your back, so it's comfy to ride. Great for e-skaters, EUC riders, e-scooter riders, etc. So yeah, we just basically think it's a good pairing for PEV riders, and as a result,
hard shell. There's your contoured back.
As a result of that, yeah, we're doing some amazing sales, and we would just want to make it as accessible to the PEV riders in the community here in Australia as possible.
Is that all for shop news? No, what's arriving? So we've got arriving in the next couple of weeks. We've got the Demo Adventurer. We've got an A2. We've got Race Masters, EX30s, and possibly a Demo S16. We're not sure if it made the boat or not. We really hope it's there because I'd like to have that for Christmas to get some footage. So if you're interested in any of those, come on down to the shop. We should have some if they haven't already sold out. But that adventure is going to be a lot of fun. Like, I'm really looking forward to getting some kilometers on that, doing some videos on it, and giving it out to the community to try and test and try.
We didn't touch on some of the changes they've been making.
No, I know, that was a previous video.
Yeah, so just for everybody's update, the first batch of V14 adventures from Inmotion went out to the US and Europe. It was like 150 units, and as a result of the feedback from those units, you know, a lot of people are familiar with the Marty back situation, with the a hall sensor issue, and it's to do with the control board. As a result of that and more feedback, there have been Inmotion have been working on making changes to both the control board and some other material changes and some changes around suspension tweaks. So they're busy at work doing that at the moment, and that has basically delayed the production time by a couple of weeks. We want to offer the best version of the product, you know, for our riders. So, so yeah, fingers crossed Inmotion get all of that production with the updates happening, you know, and shipped out in time that we can still deliver them this year. Yeah.
The other thing I want to talk about, I'll let you speak about it maybe, is the misconception or the misinformation around Batch 2 being 50S cells.
Yeah.
So it's not that Batch 2 is going to be exclusively 50S. It's that from Batch 2 there will be a 50S option.
Yeah, it's not even technically Batch 2 because Batch 2, as per Inmotion, is the round of production that's going to everywhere else in the world, plus fulfilling the rest of the US stock. And that's still with the 50 GB cells.
That's right. So
what it will be is an additional variant of the model.
That's good.
That was developed or added in as a result of community feedback, asking for a 50S version of the unit. So it won't be just a different batch of the same unit. It will be its own SKU. It'll have its own product code, and it will be separate than the standard V14 Adventure.
Yeah. And it will have a different price.
It'll have a different price. Yeah. It'll have a slightly different coloring system to it. Just
it's
to
like black, isn't it? It's more
yeah,
black,
there might be some. They haven't confirmed yet, but they predicted initially they were going to do it as some extra black panels and things. But yeah, just don't confuse the fact that it's just batch 1 is GB, batch 2 or 3 is 50S. It's not the case. They are separate models and have to be treated accordingly.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, they have different costs, and also they don't actually start production of that model until December.
Right.
So there won't be any stock coming until late Jan, probably even by mid-Feb.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's just a quick update on the Inmotion.
Well,
They're working at improving the model and also offering a second version of it as well.
Okay. So we talked about Adventurer, talked about Lynx, talked about Pattern, M10 Mini, Master, V11Y, Black Friday sales,
T4 Pro.
T4 Pro, that one's coming out.
It's just a slightly improved T4.
Yeah,
I don't know why it couldn't just be batch 7 of T4.
Batch 19. But I think we'll wait till we see some concrete evidence on that before you're ordering in to see are they actually worth it.
There's too much overlap between the T4s and the Extremes and the Masters and the
My thing is the current batch of T4s, like we got one out of the box yesterday.
Yep.
The current batch of the T4s finally look fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why go and release a T4 Pro now where they're probably going to have to start from scratch with all these little teething issues. Like the T4 as it stands right now for $3,000 or something, $3,099 is an awesome wheel. It's so cheap. It offers
a lot of value.
Yeah, and it's going to be even cheaper for Black Friday. But why go and introduce a Pro variant now and go through all those teething, all those growing pains again?
Yep. And for these sorts of reasons, it's difficult to be able to stock those wheels. We think the T4 offers good value at that price point and that specification point. It offers an amazing value. And if you want something more than that, then there are other options that you can jump into.
But if you do want a T4 Pro and you want to pre-order one, let us know. We can order one-off units in without a problem. But again, like the M10 Mini, that won't be a stocked item straight away. Right?
Yep.
Right. Last topic: Stator bikes. So Stator bikes have been exploding. We had our first shipment arrive and it is sold out. Gone, shipped, no, with none left. Our second shipment has arrived, not on pallets. Steve and I had to unload the container. Good fun. We were sore for a couple of days after that. And that is selling really well as well. We're doing a lot of education. So we were talking about it today. We were surprised the amount of people who don't understand electric bikes and don't understand the basics from a cadence sensor to a torque sensor to the rules, the laws around a throttle versus twist throttle versus thumb throttle.
Yeah, what kind of effort's required.
Exactly, yeah.
Lots of things.
It's really exciting.
We almost took it for a given thinking that e-bikes were, so much
widely understood,
and more understood than EUC. That we were still surprised by how much education we can offer people and.
The good news is the second delivery's here. These are our premiums and our standards.
Loving those models. They look great.
Torque sensors, great colours, premium seats, great colours, great hand grips, 1,000-watt motors.
So they ride wonderfully.
Yeah.
They look great. They're really good value.
Yeah. Priced from $2,890, is it?
Yeah.
$2,890 for the standard.
Yeah.
And $3,890 for the Pro. Something like that. Yeah. It's cheap. If you are looking at an electric bike for Christmas, we've got 30 down there, 30 left out of the 60.
Yeah, we have some retailers that are taking some stock as well.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we have every option available at the moment.
Yeah, but again, don't miss out because like the last shipment, we had people calling us asking, and when they finally came back like 2 weeks later to place an order, they were gone. They had to wait for the second shipment to arrive, and there was a couple of weeks they had to wait. So if you are considering an electric bike for Christmas, either come into the shop, look at our range. I'll put the link below.
Or if you're considering two,
we are doing a buy two, get what?
Let's do it.
500?
200?
I was gonna say, is it 200 or 500?
We can do 500 off, 250 off each.
Okay, that's Black Friday only.
Black Friday
until
deal.
The next Wheel Talk.
Okay, maybe we use the code Wheel Talk.
Done. Good idea. All right, so if you are looking at the Stator, two bikes, any can it be any
combination.
So it can be a Scout and a Cub.
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Let's do it.
He's the money man. So we'll talk at checkout. We'll give you $500 off when you buy 2 Stator bikes.
Yep.
Okay. That's crazy.
That's good.
Right. Anything else you want to talk about? I think we've covered off a lot on this one.
Well, there's a lot happening.
So Black Friday sale, don't miss out. Like once it's gone, they're gone.
Yep.
Oh, like racing. So we've massively got the racing bug since we were in Perth with the Electric Racing League guys. So much so that we spent a lot of time looking for appropriate racetracks to have a Queensland-based one early next year in conjunction with Electric Racing League and Ezra. We have found a few, but we really want to call on you guys and girls, the viewers, to suggest any tracks that we might not have seen or thought about. So
yeah, especially for some of our, well, I guess our Queensland riders, but those that are willing to travel as well. We predict that holding one on the East Coast, close by maybe for this first round, Queensland, we expect there'd be a lot of EUC and E-Skate riders, which means it could turn into a really big event.
If you're watching this and you think you would come to either race or watch,
that's it.
Let us know. Just comment below, right? Count me in, or say I'm in. Write the words I'm in if you consider racing or coming, just so we can get a rough idea of who's watching versus.
Yeah, we need to get a gauge because the tracks, you know, some of the tracks because they're used by go-kart and they can fit a lot of sessions of go-kart racing in on a weekend. If we're to take a track on a weekend, then it is going to be anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 or more for a day event.
Use,
So it's not a small investment. We do need our riders to get behind it, us, the event, ERL, and yeah, if we can make this a success, then I feel like there's a great chance that we can roll it out in collaboration with the Electric Racing League. And host these events in other states and cities. So yeah, let us know if you'd be in on it. And even if you're not from Queensland or you don't think you'd travel for this particular event, still let us know. Because that way we can get an idea of where we should be. Yeah,
because I'd love to do one in Sydney in the second half of next year. Like do one here and then go to Sydney. Yeah. Then look at Melbourne. Yep. It all comes down to engagement.
That's it.
We need to see.
It's not a cheap thing to do.
No.
And it's a lot of involvement and time. So in order to dedicate that kind of funds and effort, we want to make sure that
the community's on board.
With it, and that's what they want to.
Yeah. Awesome. Right. Anything else?
Cool.
No.
Can't think of anything else.
Right, well,
probably missed something. But
happy Black Friday shopping. If you've got any comments or questions, as always, chuck them down below. If you've got any specific requests, shoot us an email or give us a call at the shop. We're here Monday to Friday. Our email system is a bit hectic at the moment. It's crossing over between 2 or 3 different platforms. So if you send us an email,
clunky, we need to work something out to improve it.
We are still a person down. If we don't respond to you within 24 hours, just call us at the shop if you've got time. I apologise if we have missed a couple of emails. But that's
it. For hello@E-RIDERZ.com.au for the general inquiries. And if you're looking at parts or some sort of servicing quote, service@e-riders.com.au is the better one to use.
Yeah, so if you've got any warranty claims, any issues, you've got videos you want to send through, send them all through the service email address. Because that way it goes straight to Ken and he goes straight to the...
we can access it too easily, whereas, it's a bit...
Yeah, but that's it. Thank you so much. Episode 5 is in the can. We will do episode 6 between, I guess, before Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, you're only in November. Of course, we're doing a couple of weeks.
Yep. Sounds good.
Actually, we'll do it once the adventure arrives. Maybe we'll do a live unboxing.
Okay.
Sound good?
Good. I'm looking forward to the V14 adventure.
So am I. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Ride safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Real talk alert.